Good morning, good afternoon. Actually, apologies that we're starting a few minutes behind. We had some technical glitches. It did rain last night in Nairobi, and you know how that goes, but we're ready to jump right in. Hello and welcome to our first event today. This is day 3 of the NBO Lit Fest, which is presented by Book Bank. My name is Angela Oshuka, and I'm a founder at Book Bank Trust. And this festival is anchored in Nairobi's public libraries and is also a celebration of the McMillan Memorial Library's 90th year. If you're new to the work that we're doing here at Book Bank to transform public libraries, please visit our website, which is bookbank.org, to explore our grand vision for public libraries. For now, some house rules, always fun to begin with those. Mics will remain muted for the duration of the event. And this is a pre-recorded session, and therefore it won't feature a Q&A session at the end of the performance. But if you have any comments, you can use the chat function on your screen. We're also live streaming this on Facebook, so you can catch us there. And speaking of which, our hashtag is NBO LitFest, and you can also follow us across all social media platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Our handle is @thebookbank. We'd also love your feedback. So polls will be running on your screen at various points during the event. There's actually one likely on now on your screen asking you how you got here. We'd really appreciate your feedback, so please let us know. I'm going to be handing over to June Gashui for a pre-recorded session at the McMillan Library with WaLAM. But before I do so, I would love to thank our funders, Sharjah World Book Capital in Sharjah, Sigrid Rousing Trust in London, the Embassy of the Netherlands in Nairobi, and our programming partners as well, British Council, Glasgow Women's Library, Sahifa Jano, Baraza Media Lab, and Paukwa. And of course, to all my wonderful colleagues at Book Bank who've worked for months to deliver this festival, asanteni sana, and enjoy the conversation. Over to June Gashui now.
WaLAM is a collective of 4 Kenyan women who came together to honor Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima. Wanja Wohoro is an indie soul singer-songwriter, painter, writer, and multi-instrumentalist from Nairobi, Kenya, and Sydney, Australia. Her debut album, Matriarch, is a creative endeavor telling the story of contemporary womanhood through a personal lens. Since its release, it has garnered a great deal of positive attention, including making Wanja Apple Music's Africa's favorite new artist in October 2018. Laura Ekumbo is a Kenyan-born, Nairobi-based performing artist and writer. She has performed poetry, acted, sang, danced, spoken and hosted events on over 30 stages in 4 countries around the world. Aleya Kassam is a Kenyan feminist, storyteller, writer, and performer whose work explores narratives from the margins. She is wildly experimental and loves to play with ways in which people experience story. Moraa is a Kenyan feminist writer, editor, and performer. She is the M in LAM Sisterhood. Her writing can be found in Catapult, the Meridian Journals, The Elephant, The Wide Margin, and other platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, WaLAM.
We are Laura Ekumbo, Aleya Kassam, and me, Moraa, with our collaborator and composer, Wanja Wohoro. This is a staged reading of our work in progress, WEAVER, the musical, brought to you by the LAM Sisterhood, a story company that makes African women the center of the universe. Today, our memory keepers are played by Laura, Aleya, and Moraa, and our truth teller is Wanja. I will also be reading the stage directions, and Wanja will sing all the vocals. Setting: 3 a.m., a Nairobi balcony. Below it, Kirinyaga, an eternal, ethereal forest where memories, moments, and beings come to life. As the memory keepers imagine, the forest paints the scene. Showtime. Lights up. On the balcony are the three memory keepers, women, enderas, in the depths of a writing spell. Paper, bottles, and biscuit wrappers are strewn everywhere. Enter the truth teller, guitar in hand. Her voice is one they can feel, like you'd feel the wind. She carries a truth that goes beyond words, guiding the memory keepers on their long journey to find the story that must be told. The forest comes to life and shows women ululating and coming together. They dance.
One day, three women came together to tell of the women from before. They ululated together, memory keepers with stories to restore. And they'd sing, ooh-lee, 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 ooh. Do you remember? And they'd sing, ooh-lee, 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 ooh. Do you remember? Do you dare to explore? One day, three women went on a journey to find a woman long forgot. Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima, her story so long, so wild, so tall. They fought to find their words together. They fought to find the song and prose. A field marshal, Muthoni wa Kirima, her name, too long, too wild, too tall. And she'd sing, ooh-lee, 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 ooh. Do you remember? And they'd sing, ooh-lee, 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 ooh. We are your memory keepers. One day, four women came together. One was me. We wrote a story, a truth too long hidden of this woman. Now her tale you can never ignore. 'Cause we'll sing, ooh-lee, 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 ooh. Do you remember? Oh, we'll sing, ooh-lee, 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 ooh. You are the memory keepers. We all sing, ooh-lee, 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 ooh. We have to remember. We all sing, ooh-lee, 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 ooh. We are the memory keepers. Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima. Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima. Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima.
On the balcony, the memory keepers are agitated. Hours pass, then days, even seasons shift. They grow more distressed, unable to find a way to tell this story. The forest reveals their thoughts, glimpses of a poem, shapes of stories, and memories. They sing.
Ooh.
Why wasn't it enough? Why don't we just tell the story as it is? That's too simple, no? We wrote a poem. Was that 2 years ago? Maybe 3. Why don't I just tell the story? It's too long, too wild to talk. What's the beginning? We wrote a poem that, like 3 years ago. Was that 3 years ago? Too simple. Why can't we tell this? What's the story? What's the beginning? Where's the story? What's the beginning? What's our memory?
Where do we even start?
What's the story everybody else is telling?
Okay.
This is from Wikipedia, edited on 26th January 2020. Muthoni wa Kirima is a retired, top-ranking female fighter in the Kenyan Land and Freedom Army of the Mau Mau Uprising in the 1950s. Few Mau Mau women became active fighters.
Wow, what a strange sentence.
Also a whole lie.
A whole lie.
And Muthoni is the only woman to have attained the Mau Mau rank of Field Marshal. Okay. Muthoni wa Kirima was born in 1931 to parents working on a European farm in Kenya's central region. Her journey as a revolutionary started when she was a girl, saving money to fund Jomo Kenyatta's travels abroad.
That's Johnston Kamau.
After her marriage to General Muthoni, she moved to a village reserved for Africans in Nyeri before joining the Mau Mau.
Oh, wait. A village
Reserve.
for Africans?
In Nyeri.
Okay.
Really, what's that? Ay. In her 20s, she worked as a spy for Mau Mau fighters who had camped in the forest when war broke out in 1952. During the war, Muthoni was wounded on 2 occasions. On one, she and 7 other fighters were attacked. She was able to crawl to safety with a gunshot wound in her shoulder, but all the others were killed. Muthoni was never caught in the forest. She moved out of the forest after Kenya gained independence from Britain in 1963. Her husband, General Muthoni, died 2 years later. Field Marshal Muthoni got a license to trade in ivory in 1966, recovering and selling tusks the Mau Mau had buried around Mount Kenya, having hunted elephants for food and ivory during the uprising. Her permission to collect and sell wild ivory ended in 1976 when trade in ivory was banned.
They stay Ivory.
In 1990, she served as a nominated councillor in Nyeri County Council, Central Kenya. In 1998, President Arap Moi awarded her a Medal for Distinguished Service. And in 2014, President Uhuru Kenyatta awarded her the Head of State Commendation. Currently, Muthoni wa Kirima lives in the Nyeri suburb. Kenya is my only child, she told the Daily Nation in an interview in 2012, referencing a miscarriage during her time in the forest which left her unable to conceive. As of 2013, she still has the long dreads that she had grown while hiding from the British. She has said that she will not cut her hair until she sees the benefit of independence. That's what everyone else is telling.
So what memory must we keep?
What do we want to say?
What story must we tell?
The truth teller. Sing.
You wrote a poem not too long ago. Let it be your guiding light as you journey through the night. You wrote a poem not too long ago. Let it be your guiding light as you journey through the night. You wrote a poem many years ago. Memory keepers, where is the beginning? Where is the beginning? Where is the beginning? Are you at the beginning?
What's the truth?
Where's the beauty?
Is there freedom?
The whole story is in the poem. The one we wrote about her. For her.
Of course. Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima is ours. Nature,
Greenery.
The forest.
muddy and earth to trees smell.
She gets lost in her thoughts, and the forest responds with a time lapse of plants, trees, earth in its life cycle.
Did that article even speak about the forest?
Barely.
It spoke about the mau mau an awful lot in it.
Bloody hell, lass! These mau-maus are mau-mauing all over the place.
Actually, you know they've made that a real thing.
No what?
As in, the Webster Dictionary says to mau mau is to intimidate through hostile confrontation or threats.
Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima is ours. Nature, greenery, the forest, muddy and earth to tree smell, that's what the poem says. Those are our words.
The spotlight is on her.
Imagine the earth birthing you. Mud forming your toes, your feet, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your belly, your back, chest, shoulders, arms, neck, chin, cheeks, lips, nose, eyes, forehead, hair. Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima was birthed by the earth. It's in the way she walks. It's in the way she breathes in concert with the wind. It's in the way Kirinyaga whispers her name and holds her tail in every blade of grass and every grain of soil. Imagine Kirinyaga, Guy made manifest in every grain of soil, existence. The land recognizes Muthoni. Imagine your body being beaten, bloody into the earth by betrayers. But the land knows it is not your time. So the women come and they heal you. Imagine it not being enough. You can't stay home. The land needs you to fight. So every day you walk. 1 kilometer the first day, 3 kilometers the second, and then 5 kilometers, and then 11, and then 23, and then you're in the forest and you don't go back. And feet begin to better remember home. That was the beginning of Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima's 11 years in the forest.
Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima. Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima.
What's the truth? I still don't know. What I do know is the land made Muthoni.
Lights back up on all the memory keepers. That was so seeing time fall away into the forest like that.
I kept looking at the tiny mangoes budding on the tree below, and I could almost see her under that tree. I could feel it weeping. It sounds so silly, but
No, of course not.
because when you're of it, of course, when you feel pain, it feels pain.
Spotlight on her, and the forest shows flashes. Spotlight on her, and the forest shows flashes of each moment described.
Imagine your body being beaten bloody into the earth by betrayers. And how many times did the land witness her betrayal? The betrayal of being beaten into the earth by the home guards in your own home. The betrayal of the traitor who led her right into the path of the bullet. The betrayal of not being able to bury the others who died that day. The betrayal of the pineapples that allowed themselves to be poisoned. The betrayal of being sent by the new independent government to Ruringo Stadium, where you're told to put down your weapons and go home. Which home? You've been in the forest for over a decade, and when you ask the home guards where do we go, they pick up their guns and point them at you. You who fought for their freedom. Betrayal after betrayal. Still,
The forest dies down, showing a deep, vacuous blackness.
there has to be beauty in there somewhere, because how do you keep going without it?
You know that guy was always with her.
The land was going to protect her.
Betrayal takes so much away from you. This vacuum needs to be filled. So of course it makes sense that the universe would pause at the point of betrayal, stop everything and ask you, what shall I fill you with? You can pick anything. Will it be rage, numbness, delight, pain, wisdom, bitterness? What do you choose? Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima. What do you choose? Of course,
And she chose?
beauty. And so the universe sent her shards of ice to chase away the surrenderers at Ruringo Stadium before they dared pull the trigger. Streams of sweetness to cure their swollen tongues before the poisoned pineapples could kill them. To fill the void, of course, Guy sent her honey. Guy sent her hail.
God sent honey, God sent hail to fill this void in the face of betrayal. Or didn't I? Or didn't I? Oh, I look up to the mountains and I pray for our freedom. I sing, Lord, I'm not your strongest soldier. Don't give me your fiercest war. She turned to face the mountain, the same hills where Mombi walked. She sang, Guy, please fill the sky with thunder and my heart with strength to fight. Or didn't I? Or didn't I? God sent hail, God sent hail, God sent fire, God sent fire. Give me courage, give me courage. Make me stealthy, make me light. God sent hail, God sent hail, God sent fire, God sent fire. Give me courage, give me courage. Make me healthy, make me bright. This darkness under these trees I call my home. Where is the justice? Colorless frogs haunt us till dawn. Lord, send this darkness. Your beauty follows me even here and fills me up with love and frees me of my fears. God sent honey, God sent hail to fill void in the face of all my betrayals. God sent honey, God sent hail to fill this void in the the face of all my betrayed.
It is women who made it possible for independence to exist here, but they are not seen because no one is telling the truth about them. Field Marshal Muthoni wa Kirima, 28th February 2018, to the memory keepers and the truth teller. Thank you.
Thank you so much to LAM Sisterhood and to Wanja Wohoro as well for setting us off this lovely Saturday. We have 6 more events lined up for you, so please do make sure that you sign up for the rest of the day. For now, thank you so much to our funders. Sharjah World Book Capital, Secret Rousing Trust, and the Embassy of the Netherlands in Nairobi, and also our programming partners, the British Council, Glasgow Women's Library, Sahifa Journal, and Baraza Media Lab. We are back actually very shortly with Wanjiru Konange. She'll be introducing the next session, so don't go too far away. Asanteni.